Howdy, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to go over the Ryobi ONE Plus brushless HP SWIFTClean mid-size spot cleaner model PBLHV704K. So you can currently buy this tool at your local Ryobi dealer with the box that includes the 4 amp hour battery and charger for $219. Alternatively, if you're already in the Ryobi ecosystem and you already have the HP batteries, you can actually purchase just the tool only for $169. For an extra $25, you can purchase a 4-inch cleaning head that attaches to this unit. That makes the footprint smaller so you can get into tighter areas. It includes the rubber brush and the bristled brush with it. In conjunction, they also sell this 32-ounce pre-mixed oxy cleaning solution for $10 at your local stores. So let's go over some of the quirks and features with this particular unit. Since I bought the kit, this one comes with the battery charger as well as the 4 amp hour HP battery. Both models that are currently sold include everything else that you see here. It then includes a 6-ounce bottle of the Oxy Cleaning Solution concentrate, so you will have to mix that before you use it. It also includes a hose cleanout tool as well as a 7-inch rubber cleaning foot, which connects to the 7-inch cleaning head, and attached to that currently is the 7-inch cleaning brush. All of that is connected to a 4-foot hose, which goes to the unit. Additionally, it has a nook and crevice cleaning tool. So that goes over all the items that are included with the different kits. One of the things I wish Ryobi had actually done with this is to have holders for all of the accessories. They got most of them, but they didn't get all of them. I would like to see an area where it could hold the rubberized or the brushed foot, and I would also like to see an area where it could hold the cleanout tool. That way these don't get lost. So Ryobi says that this is a 7-inch cleaning head. And if we pull out our tape measure and we measure it, sure enough, from outside to outside, we are 7 inches of the cleaning head. However, if we measure where the suction actually occurs at, and we measure that across as best as we can, we're at roughly 6 3/4 inches. So your actual suction area will be 6 3/4 inches. Now if we look at our scrubby brush, and we'll do that right here with the rubber system, with the rubber foot, if we measure the actual foot itself, we will see that we're 6 1/4 inches. And then if we look at the bristles, we actually knock ourselves all the way down to 5 3/4. So yes, they are correct. This is a 7-inch cleaner, but just keep those items in mind that if you're trying to do a wide area with your cleaning, then this is going to increase the amount of time that you have to do those areas because you don't cover the full 7 inches. So to swap out our cleaning tools from the 7-inch to the crevice tool, we simply depress the button and pull the head unit off of the hose. Then we perform the same function on the crevice tool. We depress the button, pull it off, and simply slide it onto the hose. And we're now ready to go. So to swap out the cleaning head from the brush to the rubber foot, we're going to pull the front of the cleaning unit off, set it aside. Then we're going to undo the clip of the current foot and pull that foot out. Then we're going to take the other one, put it in place, and reattach the clip. And then we're going to flip it back over and put the front face back on the 7-inch cleaning head. So this brushless unit is a 2-tank cleaning system. You have your clean tank and then you have your dirty tank. So in order to get your cleaning solution into it, we simply pop up our handle and pull off our cleaning solution tank, and then we flip it over, we open it up, and then we're going to add the appropriate amount of cleaning solution. And you can see that there's marks on the tank for half full cleaning solution and full cleaning solution. Once we're done adding the cleaning solution, we put our top on, close it up, put the entire thing back on the unit. So that covers the cleaning solution tank. On this end of the system, we have the dirty water tank. So to empty that, we push up on the lever and rotate the tank out. Then on the side of the tank, you'll see that there is a part of the black top, and then there's a clear part. We're actually going to push them in opposite directions and pull the black top off. Then we can empty out our dirty water, put it back together, we simply put the base in, rotate it in, and clip it in. And now we're ready to go. So now we're going to use the unit to clean a chair. So we're simply going to pull off the cleaning solution. We're going to open it up. Then we're going to get our pre-mixed bottle just to make it easy for this. And then we're going to open up the top of the bottle. One of the things my brother taught me is whenever you have a foil cover like this, if you don't want to use a funnel, you can actually put a pour spout in it by simply cutting the bottom of it for a little bit wider of a spout and then putting a breather hole in it. And this allows you to have much more control over the pouring of whatever is inside the container. So now we're going to go ahead and fill this halfway full. We're going to put our cap back on and then put the clean tank into the unit. So to start the unit, we push the power button, which turns it on. So we now have suction, and out of here, whenever we depress this handle, we're going to squirt cleaning solution out. So you can see we're squirting the solution out. So now we're going to take the scrub head and we're going to start scrubbing. Put on a little bit more cleaning solution. Scrub some more. As you're doing this, if you're finding that the scrub brush isn't doing good enough, we simply swap out the scrub brush for the rubber foot, which will do more agitation and pull out more of the soiled material. Now you can see with just a little bit of scrubbing, you can already see right in this area where I did that scrubbing how much cleaner it is than here. And I still vacuumed out here because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't tainting the results with the cleaning solution, having it a different color. But you can see there's a significant difference in just how bright yellow this has become compared to this dingy yellow. Down in here, you can see that we have a lot of soil down where the buttons are. Wow, that is clean. So one of the most difficult things to clean is grape juice or wine or anything that has a very dark tint to it. We're going to take a little bit here, and fortunately this is a chair that only the cats use and it sits outside all the time now. So I'm going to pour some grape juice on here, wasting my really good grape juice. There you go. Mom, Dad, we spilled some grape juice. First, let's go ahead and try to vacuum up as much of the excess as we can. So that's already pretty decent, but let's see how much better we can get it with some of the cleaning solution and the rubber head that's on here. So that's looking really good. Let's go ahead and pull this head off. And let's put on the crevice tool so that we can get down around the button. I can't even tell where the spill was. I see some threads that are worn a little thin here, but that's threads that are worn thin. That's not actually a stain. But I do see a nice little stain right here. Let's go ahead and see what we can do with this part here. Go ahead and swap out out to the rubberized head, see if we can get a little bit better cleaning action. And that's a grease spot that's on there. So it definitely reduced it by quite a bit, but since it's grease, I'm not surprised it was not able to get everything out. Now, if I sat here and worked it for a good 15-20 minutes, I could probably get it completely clean. This is the cat's chair. Do I really want to spend 20 to 30 minutes trying to make it clean?
12 seconds later.
So yeah, I decided to spend a little bit of extra time to try and get this up, and I've gotten it up quite a bit more. To the naked eye, it is barely visible, and the camera, with how camera likes to pick up lights and reflections and hues and everything, it's definitely more visible in the camera. And the more you use these tools, the more you learn about the tools. I thought the suction was coming from here. Suction actually comes from here. So whenever you're cleaning up down in the crevices, you can simply take this and turn it upside down and get clean through this area. So you actually do have a suction tool here. And there you go. It is definitely not 100% out, but considering that it's grease, and more important, it's grease that's been there for a long time, I am amazed how much it has actually gotten out. To the point that if this is sitting in your living room or in a kid's room, you would not actually end up seeing that. And truthfully, in a kid's room, it would probably get dirty within moments anyway. So once you're done using it, you want to empty your cleaning solution out and fill it with clean, fresh water. Put it in. Then we're going to pull off any attachments that we have. And then we take our cleaning tool and slide it right into the front. Now, it doesn't clip on or anything. It just slides into the front. We turn on the unit, and then we just depress the trigger, which is going to shove the water through, and it's going to go all the way through the hose and clean out the hose. So we now have a clean line that has been completely flushed. One of the things you're going to want to make sure of is right here on the side you have a max line. And whenever you're sitting level, you want to make sure that your water within the dirty reservoir does not go above the max line. If you got a little bit more, just put back on the tip and do some more cleaning. For the brushes, the process of cleaning the cleaning head itself is the same as swapping out the scrubbers. You simply pop it forward, open it up, and now you clean the inside of this. Scrub clean any of the bristle heads that you've had, and make sure that you rinse out through the necks where it actually goes and has the suction come through. To clean out the wastewater tank, again, we simply push our lever forward, rotate our tank out, pull the tank out, and again, separate the two. And now we simply dump this down the sink or put it outside on plants. This is supposed to be non-toxic, so you could actually water some plants with this. So we've been using this SWIFTClean system now for about 30 to 45 minutes of cleaning. And we have consumed 2 bars of a fully charged 4 amp hour HP battery. So that tells you roughly what your battery life is going to be using this system. So what's the value proposition with this? Well, if you went to town and you rented a rug doctor, you're talking $30 for 24 hours to rent one of those, plus you had the journey there and the journey back, and then you had to return it, so you're going to do the same thing. Then if there's anything wrong with it, which I've seen that happen several times, you're going to have to drive back to return it yet again. And also, every now and then, I've heard that those bristles come with grease from the previous user, because they don't get cleaned necessarily at the store. That results in the grease getting embedded into your carpet. So if we look at this system with the value, if we look at the Hoover system, the Hoover system goes for about $250 right now. The Bissell system is a little bit cheaper at about $115, but you're not in the Ryobi ecosystem with that. With this, you have the availability of all these additional pieces of equipment that you can use. And it operates on any of the batteries. You don't have to buy this one with the 4 amp hour HP battery. You can actually use one of these ancient 2.6 amp hours. It looks like a 4 amp hour, but it's not. This is the P105, and I've had this one for years. And it runs just fine on these batteries as well. Now you'll get more life out of the larger batteries with the 4 amp hour and the HP. You will get more life for the duration that you're using the system. For that time, you'll get a longer use of it. So would I recommend purchasing this unit? Well, obviously I did. I purchased this unit with my own money. Ryobi did not send this to me. And I wanted it for my house. We have animals, they have accidents. This allows me to clean up those accidents and not have problems. I can immediately pull this out, put some cleaning solution in it, take care of the problem, and I don't have to worry about carpet stains. I don't have to worry about furniture stains. If somebody is here and they accidentally spill their drink because they're having a good time and buying a little too much and they spill it, I can pull this out and I can clean the carpet. No more sticky mess on the ground, no more issues. Kids walking around spilling drinks. You can clean up those drinks very quickly and compact with this system. On top of that, this thing is so easy to move around. You can easily take it out to your truck or car or your SUV and clean them out. This will do a great job at getting in those tight little spots. And with that little crevice tool, you can get down around the seat belts and some of those more difficult to get areas. And you can flip it around, as we have found out, and pull all of those fluids back out. So for me, I absolutely recommend purchasing this unit. Thank you for watching the video, and if you have any questions, be sure to leave them down in the comments. And if there's anything on this wall that you see that you'd like me to talk about next, be sure to leave that down in the comments as well. Thank you very much for watching. Like our chickens, they interrupt us all the time. She laid an egg. She's really proud of herself.